Look, scams are getting incredibly sophisticated. We're at a point where even the most careful, financially literate people just like you, are falling victim every single year. It's so easy to think, oh, I'm way too smart to get scammed. But honestly, the modern reality of fraud is a whole lot more unsettling than that. So you've got to ask, why do smart people fall for these traps? Well, there's this huge misconception that cybercrime is all about, high-tech code, hackers in hoodies, and bypassing firewalls. If you think you're safe just because you've got top-tier antivirus software running, you're actually missing the real threat entirely. Here's the hard truth. Scammers don't hack computers anymore. They hack human psychology. Today's scammers are basically professional illusionists. They craft these perfectly scripted narratives specifically designed to bypass your logical brain. I mean, why bother breaking into your computer if they can just trick you into unlocking the front door yourself, right? Here's what we're looking at today. Number 1, investment and phishing scams. Number 2, romance and employment fraud. Number 3, the impersonation deepfake threat. And number 4, exactly how to protect yourself from all of it. Let's get into it. Section 1, investment and phishing scams. We're going to start by looking at how two extremely common scams weaponize our absolute most primal emotions, greed and fear. It's fascinating because these are really two sides of the exact same coin. Fake investment and crypto schemes pull you into a trap using the promise of wealth and total FOMO. On the flip side, phishing texts and emails that impersonate your bank, they literally push you into a trap using pure, unadulterated panic. Just picture it. Your phone buzzes with an urgent text from your bank warning you about a massive, unauthorized charge. Instantly, your brain shifts gears. You go from a completely logical, critical state to a compliant, emotional one. You're suddenly in this state of manufactured panic, and honestly, you just want the crisis to stop. And that leads perfectly into what's known as the OTP, or one-time password, trap. When you're in that panicked state, talking to a fake fraud department caller, it feels natural to just read your security code aloud to stop the fake charge. But in reality, you're literally handing over the keys to your entire account. Never, ever read those codes aloud. Now, on the completely opposite end of the emotional spectrum, we have greed. Digital pump and dumps absolutely flood social media with fabricated success stories. Scammers use fake influencers to convince your brain that missing out on the next big crypto coin is somehow riskier than just losing your cash. Your logical center just gets entirely bypassed. Moving on to Section 2, romance and employment fraud. Now we're looking at two devastating scams that exploit desperation, hope, and our deep human desire for connection. These criminals are incredibly patient. They use advanced grooming tactics and the scarcity effect to take a person's personal vulnerabilities and turn them into a financial anchor. Fake job scams prey on your very real need for income, while romance scams, they go straight for your heart. Think about advanced fee fraud. You've got desperate job hunters, maybe searching for remote work or an easy mystery shopper role, who get tricked into paying an upfront fee. They're told it's for, processing or home office equipment. The relief of finally landing a great job is so overwhelmingly tempting that victims just rationalize sending that initial payment. Romance scams are honestly even more calculated. Scammers will spend months, literally months, building deep emotional trust before introducing a sudden, out-of-nowhere emergency. Because they've built up such intense intimacy, their sudden request for untraceable funds, like gift cards, feels like a real appeal for help. Questioning it almost feels like betraying the relationship. Okay, Section 3, the impersonation deepfake threat. This is a highly sophisticated evolution of fraud. It's wild because it completely removes our ability to even trust our own ears. Welcome to the era of the AI voice cloning scam. Here's the scary part. Criminals only need about 10 seconds of audio to generate a flawless AI clone of a government agent, maybe a utility company rep threatening to shut off your power, or even your own boss. Notice how perfectly layered this trap is. When a cloned voice calls you demanding an immediate wire transfer, and it's coming from a spoofed familiar number, it causes a massive emotional override. You trust the voice, you recognize the caller ID, and the extreme urgency basically forces you to act without thinking. Before we cover exactly how to stop these attacks, a quick pause. If you're finding this valuable, please subscribe to WealthLab and share this explainer with your friends and family. It really helps us grow. All right, Section 4, how to protect yourself. Listen, financial literacy alone just isn't enough anymore.
But implementing a few really simple, practical habits can stop these attacks dead in their tracks before a single penny moves.
No matter what crazy new technology is used, the structural DNA of a scam is always exactly the same. If a situation features any of these universal red flags, we're talking total secrecy, intense pressure, or bizarre requests for untraceable funds like crypto and gift cards, the probability of it being a scam is pretty much 100%. So your absolutely crucial defense is a psychological one. Enter the 24-hour cooling off period. Just categorically refuse to send money for 24 hours. That simple, deliberate pause completely breaks the manufactured urgency. It gives your emotional spike time to subside, so your logical brain can actually step back in. Whenever you get an urgent request for money or personal data, just hang up. Do not reply to that text. You need to verify the request yourself by calling back using a number you've independently verified. Just remember, stop, call, and confirm. And to fight those crazy deepfakes, agree on a secret phrase with your loved ones in advance. If you get a panicked emergency call from your grandchild saying they need bail money, just ask for the safe word. If they can't answer it, you instantly know you're talking to an AI clone. It's that simple. Once you truly understand that these criminals are explicitly targeting your psychology, you take away their absolute most powerful weapon. Awareness gives you the confidence to recognize these tricks a mile away. So, I have to ask, what single habit are you going to change today to make your mind completely unhackable? Thank you for joining us today. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to Wealth Lab. We'll see you in the next